The old man, the pseudonymous author of a long-running humor series, made its first appearance in the second issue of QST, writing about running tests between amateur stations, a non-humor piece. He described a scenario in which two hams set up a scheduled contact, trying to work each other over some long distance, despite the party-line nature of radio at that point, only to have their attempt foiled by a combination of household distractions and boys making long transmissions using spark coils. There was a need, he asserted, for scheduled, widely agreed-to times for relay testing when other, unimportant amateur work would keep quiet. He suggested a 30-minute window each night between, say, 8:45 and 9:15. Little boys with spark coils and a few dry cells were the usual source of casual interference, he wrote. Times between 7:30 and 10 p.m. were particularly problematic. Therefore, another way to avoid interference would be to wait until later in the evening when the little boys had been tucked away for the night. Later, he allowed that, of course, the boys should be encouraged to practice radio signaling, but that surely it should not be so difficult to keep quiet for a few minutes each night. The little boy with a squeak box thus became a frequent target of complaints about QRM interference, but they were not all little boys, and an alternative view began to assert itself. QST began receiving mail complaining about the frequent disparagement of the little boys with squeak boxes. Not only were these individuals frequently mature adults, but spark coils were routinely used for long-distance work and to participate in links in the relays. The devices were also more efficient, some argued, as measured in distance per watt, than the transformer stations. This sounds like the QRP-QRO argument today. Nearly a year after the old man's piece was published, the editor, likely also Maxim, wrote in response, "For our share of this thoughtless aspersion of the spark coil, we apologize in public and in print.